Hey friends, it's Samara, and I am so excited to be back with another month. This month I'm featuring Bella Boulevard's Adventure Awaits. Check this kit out. Oh my gosh, these fireflies are so incredible. Look at those. I am loving all of the prints that we get this month. We get this great yellow dot, we get a green dot, and this floral is so incredible, along with this plaid and this text-heavy print. Because design team kits ship early, my cardstock was substituted. You'll get an assortment of die cuts. These are so cute, along with some enamel dots. In the embellishment kit, you will get this gorgeous 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And in the pattern paper kit, you will get 2 prints. Look at these. These trees are incredible. I'm loving the wood grain, but the clouds are my all-time favorite. I'm such a sucker for clouds. This month, I'm going to be using the July 2026 sketch, and I'm so excited because look at how much fun that is. So the first thing we're going to do is start off with this great picture of my daughter. On a college visit, we had stopped at the California redwoods and wandered through, and of course she was striking poses all over the place. So of course mom had to oblige and take some great pictures, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is start off with this text-heavy print as the main feature of my page. And I am going to cut this to be, I want to say it ends up being about 10.5 by 5 inches. And that is going to be the main paper there on the layout. I am going to be using a white background as most, well, you'll see. I'm going to actually frame this white background on this blue cardstock. The blue cardstock you will receive will be pretty similar to this. It's more of a violet blue, but it will be pretty similar to what you were seeing here. All right, so, and as you see, I do gut out the center of the blue cardstock so that I can use that to map my photo. So we'll go ahead and do that. Have you ever been to the redwoods? They are so majestic. If you haven't been, it is just, oh my gosh, such an incredible sight to see. All right, so the next paper, I'm deciding which one I'm going to use. And of course, it's going to be those fireflies. What else would it be, right? So we're going to cut that firefly paper down in just a second here. All right, I finally made that decision. So we're going to cut that firefly paper down to, I think it ends up being about 7, let's see. Awkward silence, right? Oh, okay, I guess I didn't put that in. So it ends up being about 7 by 5. Okay, I lied. We ended up cutting a 1/2 inch off the top of the text paper, and then we're going to go ahead and figure out what we're going to do with this firefly paper. And the firefly paper measures about 8.5 by 7. There we go, my goodness. And of course, an upside down picture to boot, right? All right, so the next thing we're going to do is figure out what we're going to do for the banners. And I end up using the green dot paper. I also use the reverse of this, which is the floral paper. So I cut a banner about 1.5 by 8 inches. You can see that I just kind of measured it with my eyeball and then creased it with my thumb and, slid it in. But you can definitely use the measurements I've provided for you. So then we're going to cut another piece of this paper, just the reverse side, to about 1 inch by 10 inches. And we'll use that for the other banner on the paper. So something that I do is I do keep all of my kits together even as I use them. And so any of the leftover pieces just go into the bag so that as I continue to scrapbook with this kit later on, I have all of the pieces just in that same bag that Rochelle sends the kits in. I hope that makes sense. This weekend I was able to kill a bunch of kits, which was so great. All right, so just positioning the firefly paper in the background, kind of centering it top to bottom, but moving it over to the right side of the paper. And then centering that text print right down the middle of the firefly paper. And then putting the photo, I'm moving the photo slightly to the left of that grouping. And then I'm going to go in with my banners and position those underneath the text paper. But first I'm going to go ahead and cut my little fishtail here. I do that by just kind of eyeballing the center of the paper, cutting up, and then cutting off the 2 little triangles. Don't get too hung up on it. If you're new to cutting out banners, again, nobody is looking at your layouts as close as you think that they're looking. They're not going to be like, oh my gosh, it's like, you know, a tad bit off of center. They're really not going to notice. But this technique of eyeballing the center and cutting up has worked for me for a number of years, so I definitely recommend that. So now we're going to slide in that floral banner. One of the things I love about this layout is that it is absolutely chaotic and busy. But because I have grounded the photo with the blue cardstock and I'm using that white cardstock as the primary background, it does help to ground the layout. It gives the eye somewhere to rest amongst all of the chaos. And I'm loving these little trees, so I decided to create like a little vignette over on the side of the photo. So I'm going to use those trees, of course the cloud, because clouds are my favorite. And then I will go ahead and pull in the little deer as well. So I will just begin to position those into place, and then I will either glue them straight down to the paper or add a little bit of foam behind some of those pieces to elevate them slightly. I'm also going to use this sticker from the embellishment kit. I'm loving the little scalloped edges here with this little bear holding a map. As we were wandering through the redwoods, it was a very quiet day. Like there was nobody else there where we were. And so we were stomping through, making really loud dinosaur noises. It was pretty hilarious. It would have been funny if there was a dinosaur on this page, right? All right, so I'm loving that little bear with a map. And again, now we're just going to complete that little vignette off to the right. So sliding the sun into place, grabbing the foam, and we're going to elevate that primary pine tree, and then the other one we're going to put right behind that. Putting the cloud into place so that it hangs off slightly from the firefly paper. Say that 10 times fast. All right, so coming together. I absolutely love doing the sketches. You're able to complete a layout in record time and it's going to look good, like period. All of the guesswork is taken out. So just a little bit of foam here. You don't have to get too crazy. And then of course, because I'm like, you know, like a giraffe with new legs, with these nails on my fingers, I grab my tweezers to help me take off the covering of that tape. And then we'll just drop that little deer in. Oh my gosh, so cute. Next thing, we're going to add in a couple of those little enamel dots because of course we are. They're super cute. I love the mix of textures on the paper. So you've got like the cardstock, which is kind of flat. You have a little bit of shine from like the stickers. You have the shine from the photo. You have the shine from the die cuts. Like they're a little tiny bit shiny. And then you have like a super gloss on these enamel dots, and it just adds to an overall completeness of the layout by mixing in a variety of textures as well as dimension with the dots, the foam tape, the layering of the papers. So we'll take a look and see if there's any other die cuts we want to use. I did want to use this little firefly, but in the end, it doesn't make it in. But I do love these little stars, and I decided that we're going to add those off to the far right of the layout, and we're just going to like stagger them into place so they're not completely lined up, but they just add a little bit more interest on the page. They just kind of tell a little bit of the story. My glue kind of exploded all over, so you can see I ended up using my hand there. That's okay, just wipe it off. And next we're going to go in with our title. And so this alphabet is the Florence alphabet in Blueberry, and this does come from my stash. I typically will write my word down even when I misspell it. Take a look at that. I'll write it down on a Post-it note because as I'm positioning the letters, I'm really not paying too much attention to the spelling, but fortunately, here I was. Of course, I'm out of A's, so I had to use a V and then use a little like straight line that was left over. I grabbed this little label from the sticker sheet, and I'm just going to take my pen and write in the date of this, which was, let's see, it was like it was Veterans Day weekend of 2020. All right, and then we are just about done. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.